Mark.
Right
here, right here.
Hey, no, easy.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Watch your 48.
Check 24.
Hey, exit. What's that?
First down. Here's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21.
A first down throw for Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they start this game just like they won. Opening drive touchdown, a nice run there to finish it off.
Yeah, that's what we call an explosive run because of the distance. And being able to do that, that puts a little uncertainty in the minds of your opponent.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check 31, check 31.
This is the former Nittany Lion, the rookie Miles Sanders. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A gain of 6 yards.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, they're not.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Check 13. Check 13. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Hey, 382, let's 50.
Check 99. Check 99. Switch. Hey, check.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Check. Lucky. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Hey, receiver.
1st down, here's the run with Cook.
It's run.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Tyson.
Check. Fresno.
Now Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Let's go. Great 15. Great 15. Hey, empty.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Here we go. Back. 180.
Let's go.
Come on.
Bang.
Wynn's going to try and throw on third. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
What we got? Hey, switch gears.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Eagles, nothing.
Mike,
Here we go. 280.
let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Rush in.
Hey, empty.
Watch out. Shoot.
Go. Here we go. Wait up.
The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score, Vikings 14, Eagles 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Under 10. 10.
Lucky 50.
Check 4.
Wide. Gun.
Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
Cousins now to throw on first down. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on, D!
Cousins to throw it this time. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Mark 38! Mark 38! Mark 38!
Stay with your man. Watch the ship.
Hey, flipper, flipper!
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Black, black!
Ship. Ship.
Hey, Charlie!
Hey, we gotta get you.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. With it is Jackson. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Check, check. Lefty, lefty.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Hey, watch it, watch it. Kill. Set.
Check nine. What's up?
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Let's go.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Sanders. And an alley to run. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check 26, check 26. Slam.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Go. 280. Go, tackle, let's go. Stand. Check 3. Kill. Topper. Sunday.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, Zoo. Check Mike 21. We want this. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Check pass.
From the 29, Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check three. Begin.
That went into the hands of Thielen, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Pick it up, Pete. Hey, check Mike 21.
Again, it's Cousins. Open man, once again, it's Thielen. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
On 1st down, Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Jatavis Brown on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Watch the slant. Kill.
Hey, kill.
They'll run with Cook, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. They only got the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing his Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz as his guys are able to regain the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Back. Great 15. Jim.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Go. 120. Check 53. Hey, outside. Solid. Switch it. Come on, switch it. He's coming.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43.
2-Jet. 82. 53. Check.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Solid. Forward, Tokyo!
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this? And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, 73 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is down to a field goal. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Wentz. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
On first down, Wentz. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's see what you got. Check safety, check safety. 25, check 25, check 25.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's get in there, let's get in there. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got Lion.
Here's Sanders. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here we go, here we go. Lady!
Number 53, line 53. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Here we go, here we go. Out, 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 out. Watch the safety creep.
Sunday!
Check 23.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, watch the split, watch the split. Watch the split.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 36, 36.
Let's find 7. Hey! High 7!
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
They can't stop.
Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt?
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here.
Check 13. Watch it.
On 2nd down, Cook. Room past the 20. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Game situation. Let's go. Check 99. Check 99.
Striker on the hop.
Switch.
First.
Hey, check 24.
Cook. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Kill.
Rhino!
Hey, turn it up. Check this.
On 2nd and very short, Cousins. Throwing left side, it's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 35.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
37-yard line.
Check back 21. Yeah. You don't want none. Hey, Steamer. Check back 21. Mike 21. Check back 21. Hey, check. Rhino. Where's the hot?
Now Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Check curls. Hey, flipper. 3. Joker. Shit, what's that?
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, Wood.
From the 44, Wentz. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Wentz to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold him.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Yellow. You think you gonna get this?
Hey. Wide. Check 24.
No. Rose.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Here's Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Listen to me.
Watch the run.
Hey, flipper.
10. Under 10. 10.
Check 4.
Wait, done.
Cousins. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Tajay Sharp, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. The gap's getting wider there. The Saints have scored again. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Yellow. Hey, Alpha.
Mark 38. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Now Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. That one's on Garrett Bradbury, the first center taken back in April's draft. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Gun. Hey, can't.
Smooth.
Cousins to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Check. Round.
Hot, hot.
Corky, 82, Corky.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here, back. 180.
Block 54, block 54. I'm trying to collect. Pick the edge.
5'9", 5'9".
Flag, alert flag.
Hey, Delta. Here, shoot.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back near the goal line, Cousins eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Shit. Hey, watch the edge.
Black.
Safe. Check 9. Watch the twist. Check. Deuce. Slam. Whip. Watch the whip. Sponge.
On 3rd down, it's Cook, and nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Eagles, Their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.